All right, in 2 seconds, the what's it called should change now. The King's Return. Boom, boom. It should have reset, and recurring decadence should be gone. It is gone. Yes. Wait, did I use? No, I definitely used all of them on that shop. All right, so now let's go straight to doing the stage. Let's use this team. This is to get Sukuna's familiar and see if he's actually even worth it. So I'm gonna do 25 stages of this. So yeah, I'm at stage 25 of 20. I used him 25, whatever. So boom, let's return to lobby now. We can actually buy the familiar now. We're not gonna have Monarch on him, of course, so we can't really test how good or bad he's going to be, like with Monarch. I mean, so now we just go to events. Okay, it's a little glitchy. Now we have 100, so we're gonna buy the Sukuna finger. Now let's go into, I think, what is it called? A sandbox? Yeah, let's do a sandbox real quick. All right, so let's see what Sukuna actually does, right? Let's see what Sukuna does. Let's add some yen real quick. So these are what his attacks look like. He goes in, he jumps at them, and he does all of that. And then his next attack is a full AoE. Cool, and then his next attack is this. And then his next attack is the flame arrow. Boom. And that's it. So on placement, he's doing 11,000 damage with 6.2 SPA and 31.6 range. And then on max, he's doing 93,940. And these are his familiar passives. The King of Curses, this unit applies cleave on every attack and buffs all curse units by 30%. The cursed one increases damage by 200% and range by 30%. And then Chef's Preparations. Anytime this unit first inflicts cleave on an enemy, immediately follow up with attack 2. Boom. Okay, he's one tapping, so we can't see him actually apply the burn or the bleed. So let's skip some waves. I think wave 20 should be fine. So you see, boom. All right. So we have to see if he actually applies the bleed as well. So he does boom, flame, and then yep, he does do bleed. So he does flame and burn at the same time. Okay. That's actually really good. And I think bleed and burn are 30% of his damage. Yeah. So bleed for 30% of his damage and burn for 30% of his damage. Wait, is this? Oh yeah, he's doing the full AoE. So, okay, so he has a cone AoE and a full AoE, right? Interesting. Okay. And it's just his, oh, that's actually crazy, bro. Wait a minute. So does his DPS not take into account his second attack? Oh my gosh, this guy's DPS might be insane. Hold on. So yeah, it doesn't, I don't think it takes in his second attack. So he's doing this basically twice. So just think of his DPS twice, right? Basically. Or am I tripping? Okay, what if I do times 2? Oh wait, 187,880 damage every time he does this. And let's say instead of 6.2 seconds, his SPA is at 7 seconds, right? Because that little attack is like pretty quick, right? Or it's like an extra second. So let's say 7.2. Let's divide this by 7.2 SPA. So his DPS right now would be like around 26,094, I'm assuming, right? That's what his like base DPS would be without Monarch. This is just traitless Sukuna with Z plus stats though. So now he also has Sinister Sanctum. Upon activation, damage plus 300% for the attack Sinister Sanctum. Cleaves enemies upon hit. Damage plus 1% for each kill during Sinister Sanctum. Up to 30% and cleaves enemies. Let's spawn in like this many waves of bosses real quick so we can do Sinister Sanctum. Okay, he already got his 30 kills, it looks like. So now he's at 2 times damage, right? Because of his familiar right here, which is 30% to all curse units, and his passive right here where he buffs his damage by plus 40%, and also his Sinister Sanctum. So he's doing 110,000 now with 6.2 SPA and 56.1 range. Let's do 110,000. Okay, so 110,000 damage. Let's multiply that by 2 because he basically attacks twice. So 221,000 damage. Let's put the calculator right here. 110,520, right? Times 2, boom. All right, 221,000 damage. Right, because he's doing it twice, the attack. And then let's say divided by what, that 7.2 SPA I said. His DPS is like at 30,700, right? This is without everything else included because he does, remember, bleed and burn 33%. So this is what his burn and his bleed is doing, right? Which is 30% of his damage. Let's multiply it by 2 because he does burn and bleed. So 72,000 damage, right? And let's apply it to his 2 attacks. So plus 221,040. So this is his actual damage when he does all of this. That, and then he applies cleave, and then he does a bleed. And let's divide this by 7.2. 40,831 DPS without Monarch. This is without Monarch. That's really insane. That's really insane. And if I place 3 of these, because I don't have Monarch, I mean, you could do the math of how much DPS it would be. That's crazy, bro. So now let's say I did have Monarch. Say I did have Monarch, right? Let's go recent. This is his damage, right? All of it together. Let's do plus 300%, because I'm pretty sure that's what Monarch is, right? No way. Is that the damage completely? So he's basically doing 881,000 damage with 949 damage. And let's do divided by, oh, oops, I did not mean to do that. I go back to this. This is his Monarch damage completely with the burn, bleed, and all that. And then, oh wait, we got to get his SPA with Monarch as well. So 6.2 minus 10, minus 10%. So 5.58 SPA. Somewhere around there. So let's do this now. Boom. Divided by 5.58. That was the SPA. 158,055 DPS. Isn't that rivaling Escanor, bro? Escanor without any hour stacks is at 51,000. Let's skip like 12 waves or whatever. Oh man, I just lost it, bro. So his DPS with 12 hour stacks is 157,000. This is with 12 hour stacks like base without the ultimate. And if I do the ultimate, he's at 182,800. And this is Sukuna's DPS. Wow, bro, that's actually insane. That's actually insane. This DPS is crazy, bro. That's even higher than Kaguya's. I think my Kaguya can get to like 118,000 DPS or something if I fully like build her up with all the dimensions. So is Sukuna worth it? This has to be like the second best DPS in the game, right? Oh my gosh, it's making me want to reroll on Sukuna. It's making me want to get a shiny Sukuna and reroll for Monarch, bro. And he's a curse and flame unit. I don't think this also works with Kaguya, does it? I mean, she has flame because of Escanor, but is she getting her? No, she's not getting that familiar buff, the curse one. Okay, so it doesn't work like that. And if I do flame, I think she does buff this though, right? Yeah, he's even getting more damage. Okay, bro, this guy is crazy. This is actually crazy. Let's do this real quick. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. That's really good. Well, let's return to lobby, bro. Now we know what Sukuna does, right? That is insane DPS. It's like that's just so crazy. I just didn't expect that. I thought it was gonna be like at 100k, maybe like 120k, but that's way better than I thought. He is immune to status effects, but only at upgrade 9. But that's a really good bleed unit, because if it's a boss, and clearly a lot of bosses seem to regenerate, he's gonna be perfect for that. Like, no kidding. And then also, what's it called? He's also a great shield breaker because he has that, what's it called? That move. So he keeps attack too if he applies cleave. And I think his cleave goes through shields. It should at least. It's making me want to go for shiny and roll, but I think I'm gonna have to save. Is it worth rerolling? I think this is like a trick, bro, because the next Vanguard might be just insanely broken to the point where you're not gonna need to roll on Sukuna, man. For people who have Monarch Sukuna, this is actually a W. I don't know if he's better than Gojo. Oh, they seem both really good. I don't know who you would choose between the two, because Sukuna basically has a full AoE, but he's also a cone while applying burn and bleed. And Gojo has a time stop, which is a really good time stop. He even hollow purples people who get out of the range. Man, that's crazy. It's just Sukuna's cooldown for his ability is so much worse than Gojo's infinity, but it's not like it's bad either. It's like 180 second cooldown. I'll see what I do. I think I'm not gonna roll on this normal one. I'm going to wait until something shiny event, which is in 3 days, right? I'm gonna wait until that, and I'm gonna try to get a shiny Itadori. But even if I get shiny Itadori, I don't see me rolling on Sukuna. Don't get me wrong, he is really good, but I think I think it's just not worth it. I feel like people who don't have Monarch Sukuna should just save their rerolls, to be honest, because I didn't think the Vanguard update was so soon. That's the only reason why I went for Gojo, and also because I really like Gojo, but that's besides the point. I think it's best if you just save your rerolls. He is insanely good though. Like, if Sukuna is one of your favorite characters, I would definitely say go for him if you really want to, because I mean, at the end of the day, it's not only about meta, it's about whatever you like. So that's my advice to you. He is definitely worth rerolling. He's insanely meta, probably the best bleeder in the game. He also burns. Alucard does that debuff though, right? It's tough, bro. Alucard is so good though, bro, because he does bleed and he does wounded, and Sukuna does not do that, bro. That's interesting. Well, I think that's enough yapping, to be honest. So let me know what you guys are gonna do. I'm going to save my rerolls though for either Broly or Vegeta Vanguard. I don't know which one it is. People are saying Vegeta though. I don't know which one it is, but we'll see. I'm saving. Let me know what you guys are gonna do. Are you guys gonna roll in Sukuna? Are you guys even gonna get the familiar? Let me know. And yeah, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and thanks for watching, bro.